So if I can rely on one habit, guys, when I was growing my stop smoking business, it would be consistency. I was just more consistent than everybody else. Sure, my hypnosis service over time got faster and faster. My prices increased, my name got out there, all that stuff that naturally occurs by running a business and being good at what you do. But consistency was my biggest thing. Let's say, for example, I had a really good day, really great day on strategy calls. I made a lot of money, had great clients. I got a lot of feedback, great testimonials, and I could see the rest of my week was going to be the same, really living it well, feeling really happy and proud about what I'm doing. What I find is that it's at those points where consistency can start to lack. You start to get a little bit lazy, you get a little bit complacent. So the biggest habit I have to teach myself, and I still do it today in my coaching company, is consistency. No matter how good or bad my day is going, how much money I've made or how much money I haven't made that day, I do the same thing each day. I get up at the same time every day. I complete the same task. If you look at the video, a couple of videos previous to this, hopefully, depending on the order I put these up, I talk about symmetrical tasks versus asymmetrical tasks and what I do each day. My day is consistently asymmetrical task. It doesn't matter what else is going on in the world, how I'm feeling, if I can be bothered. There's some days where I can't be bothered doing any of this stuff. And there's some days where I'm really motivated. So that doesn't matter. I get up, I do the same things each day. And I always have more consistency than my competition as a stop smoking therapist, but definitely my coaching company as well. And sure, it's a lot of work, but over time, that consistency becomes your default habit. If you find you get complacent, you get lazy, the business isn't growing, the only way to get out of that is to be more consistent. Create a schedule, stick to it, get rid of distractions, get rid of things that are symmetrical, that take up too much time and effort, where the output is not very large, if at all it shows up at all. Find the things that you can put the least amount of effort in to have the biggest output, and stick to those things each day. And I know a lot of people hate this word, and I don't know why. Grind, guys. Do more than your competition. It's not a mindset thing. It's not there's no energy or deity out there against you or going to help you do this. It's about being more consistent. Like, I'm doing this on a Sunday. So I'll give you an example, guys, my real schedule. It's Sunday today. I will batch between 14 to 21 YouTube videos on a Sunday. And it's, looking at my phone now, it's 20 past 8 in the morning, okay? Most people are sleeping in now. If they're in a coaching company, they're having their weekends off, and, they've got different schedules than I do, I'm sure. But the reason I batch all this stuff is because I know my week coming up is going to be extremely busy. And I don't want to substitute being busy and substitute what I need to do today and not have these things work for me in the future. On top of that, realize this, guys, the things you do today will show up later. So if you find yourself, you're busy week after week after week, it's not because what you're doing that week, it's because of the stuff you did months before that, or even years before that. We've got a lot of our students right now posting in our Facebook group saying, I just got a $5,500 hypnosis client, $3,500 hypnosis client. I'm just on my, a $15,000 week this week, first 2 weeks of the month, whatever it is. And because what's crazy is the reason they're at those places, and they're saying this in the post as well, is because of videos I made a year ago. One of the students said, I've just got a $4,500 hypnosis client, and the client has been watching my videos for the last 2 years. That's what consistency does, guys. And the reason therapists and coaches crush it over ones that don't really comes down to consistency. You can learn all the best marketing tools and do all the mindset stuff and do all of that stuff. But if you're not consistent in it, like you do 2 or 3 days, then have a 2 or 3 day break, then convince yourself you need to, sit back and relax and, enjoy your time and celebrate your wins. All this stuff is fine. But if it proceeds past the consistency thing, you're sort of fooling yourself. You should have a schedule to stick to each day, do the same thing each day, find those asymmetrical tasks and outgrind your competition. If you can stay more consistent than your competition, you win every time, guys. It's very simple.